All right, welcome back once again to our channel Princess It, and I think I'm getting my voice back. It's a bit more clear now than before. Today is the 29th of October 2025, and we thank the Lord for His goodness and His mercies. But you see, moving forward, as we move closer to the November 3rd, I think we must be pragmatic. Yes, hope is important, but I think clarity is also even more essential. There are some questions that still need to be asked and answers that needs to come from the right sources. I am poised to ask some of the questions, like I have like 5 questions to ask in the middle of all of this before I actually submit what I needed to tell you tonight. Now, the first question is, why the silence still from Apostle Ken? Is it a kind of deliberate or spiritual, or just a matter of timing? People have the right to know what to expect directly from the central figure as the date actually closes in. Then secondly, why are all major confirmations only coming from the pioneer wing? Now, shouldn't other wings or coordinators also share some unified updates to strengthen the confidence across the board? That's my second question. Then I think thirdly, what happens if this date shifts again? Definitely, I'm not going to pray that it shifts. Of course, we're all feeling the pangs, but what happens if this date shifts again? Because while faith demands belief, I think planning also demands foresight. The community should have a backup communication plan in case of unforeseen circumstances. Then, fourthly, is there an official government release to this effect? Yes, the Abuja findings are very strong, but an official circular or a kind of documentation would also help to silence every doubt once and for all. That's the way I perceive it. And finally, how do subscribers finally prepare ahead of this date? A lot of people need guidance on the next steps, whether to update, whether to verify, whether to get ready for some validation proof, whatever it is that is in the making. Now, these are not rebellious questions. They are constructive and necessary. If the movement truly wants to move forward in unity and confidence, these are questions that must be asked. Please stay with me. Don't go anywhere. I'll be with you shortly and in a moment after this timeout. All right, thank you very much, and welcome back again to our channel Princess It. Just still continue from where we left off. Now, we understand that everyone has been talking right now in recent time, waiting for one singular thing: this grand disbursement. A lot of sleepless nights have been spent in prayers, speculations, and frustrations. But I think finally a ray of hope seems to be shining through the clouds. Now, the government, after several back and forth communications, has finally chosen the November 3rd as the official date for their disbursement. And this has now been confirmed by the Solutionite delegates who went on a fact-finding mission to Abuja, popularly referred to as the central place. Now, and this latest development has also brought a mixture of excitement and curiosity in the same way. Now, a lot of people are beginning to believe that maybe, just maybe, this long journey that has been held for a long time is about to produce some results. Yet, as hopeful as this news sounds, some critical questions are still hanging in the air, very much unanswered, to me personally. Now, going forward, when the Solutionites, the delegates decided to travel to Abuja, it wasn't just on a casual parole or cruise. They actually went there intentionally to get clarity and verify the truth about all the dates and promises that's been flying around. Now, the atmosphere in the community had become too heavy with a lot of uncertainties in the air. People have begun to insult and so much downhearted and downcasted. Every week, new statements were coming from different stakeholders, some speaking in parables, others trying to calm nerves without just giving us answers that were clear enough. And something, people need some authentic, something very much authentic, something official. And that was exactly what the Abuja mission actually meant to provide. Now, with this, their confirmation that the government has truly sealed November 3rd for disbursement, there is a kind of renewed sense of calm, despite we still have some doubters right in the camp, But for the first time in a long while, there is a date that seems more solid, and not just another vague promise. It's just like light, a kind of finally springing or showing at the end of a tunnel that a lot of people feared might never end. But even as the delegates return with good news, their findings is still raising some fresh questions about the level of communication and transparency from some of the top leaders of this entire process. And you should know now, definitely, I will talk about it. The calmness of Apostle Ken. Why hasn't Apostle Ken said anything yet? This is a genuine, I think, unfair question for me to ask. If indeed the government has made November 3rd the confirmed date for disbursement, and if the delegates' findings are credible, then one would ask and one would expect Apostle Ken, being the central figure and a spiritual leader of this movement, to at least hint at it. I'm expecting that at least he should hint at it. He should acknowledge it. He should affirm it publicly. But so far, so good. There has still been silence. Or does it mean like he wants to take everyone by surprise? Possibly to make the eventual announcement more impactful? Or do we really need that? Maybe some are also thinking that he's waiting for an official government statement before speaking to avoid further controversies or misinformation, just like what has hit him in time past. Still, I think there are those who still feel that the silence coming from that wing is unnecessary. I am one of them. After all, when people have waited this long, even the smallest update from the leadership can help to reduce anxieties. Yeah. So it's important to note that Apostle Ken has always, talked about divine timing and patience. So maybe, or peradventure, or perhaps, his silence is part of the same principle. Trusting that the right time would reveal everything. But when people are struggling to pay rent, when people are facing school fees crisis, when people are dealing with endless family pressure, I think faith can sometimes start to feel heavy without a little reassurance. Now, I want to commend the pioneer wing that are taking the lead. Interestingly, the only group that seems to be very active communicating updates about the November 3rd disbursement is the pioneer wing, for the records. I'm going to tell you that for free. They have been more vocal, giving timelines to us, encouragement, and now sharing the confirmation that actually aligns with what the delegates found in Abuja. Even I brought up the OSIM confirmation just today, and even his confirmation, which came, today, only came after the pioneer wing had already made the date public. Now, this makes a lot of people begin to wonder if the flow of communication is just one-sided. Why is it that the pioneer wing seems to always be the first to communicate, while other departments or top figures stay silent until after the news had actually spread? So this communication gap has caused a lot of confusion before and to the masses. People have learned to cross-check every statement that they hear, not because they doubt the mission, but because too many dates have come and gone without any fulfillment. And this time around, though the situation feels different, there is an unusual alignment among voices, and the delegates' presence, physical presence in Abuja, has also added weight to the claim. So, from the reports gathered so far, I beg your pardon, from the reports gathered so far, it seems the government itself is being boxed to a corner on the same date issue, because after several postponements and excuses, the pressure from multiple fronts, including the coordinators, the stakeholders, and even the general public, the masses entirely, has reached a point where the government can no longer delay. So the November 3rd date looks more like a compromise between readiness and obligation as far as I'm concerned. It's as though the government is saying that we must do this now. So the internal approvals, some of the documentation process, the processing may still be ongoing, but they seem to be fast-tracked toward that date by the government wing. And if this turns out to be true, then the Abuja confirmation isn't just a charade, It is a signal that the process has finally matured to its final stage. And for the thousands of people who have been waiting, I think that's a breakthrough that is worth celebrating. Give God a clap offering. Yes, give God a wonderful clap offering. So, going forward, I think we need to stay focused and be ready. Now that the date is in sight, and I think this is the time for everyone to stay alert, stay prayerful, and be very coordinated and prepared. The leadership must focus on communication. They must focus on coordination. The delegates should also continue their engagement with the authorities, ensuring that there is no hidden delay that occurs. Again, the followers on their path, we who are the followers, we should ensure that we avoid panic at whatever level or distractions at whatever level it may come. Instead, we are expected to ensure that everything with us is calm and collected. Everyone should be watchful of false updates or some impersonators that are taking the advantage of this season. They're all over the place. The truth is, this journey has tested a lot of patience, a lot of faith and unity in many ways. But I think this has also built a community that refuses to give up. That is one thing I like this movement for. Those who are unyielding towards this cause. We've been battered in time past. They've played us too much Ludo and cards and words in recent past. Whether Apostle Ken plans to take everyone by surprise or not, one thing is clear: the train is already moving, and November 3rd stands as the final checkpoint before the long-awaited breakthrough finally comes in. Now, I'm going to end this piece right now. This is not the time for division or suspicion, because we still have a lot of people who don't even have trust and confidence in the purported date. I just see that this is the time for us to focus and get ready. The delegates have done their part by confirming the government position. Now all eyes are on the leadership for the final affirmation of this process. If indeed November 3rd is the true date, then let us welcome it with all gratitude, but also with preparation towards our cause. Because when expectation finally meets realities, I think only those who are ready would fully enjoy the reward of their endurance. The message is clear. Our hope is very much alive. The process is active, and this time it feels different. But as we move toward that date, let us still know that transparency, equity, faith, confidence, and truth. And trust also must lead the way. Else, everything is a political jingoism. Thank you very much. And, this is Princess. It would always be on the path of the masses. And like we said, we are still assuring us that until that which is supposed to be for our peace and meat finally come to us, we will not stop talking about this. We will not stop getting us to the place where our faith can be heightened and the will of God concerning us comes to actual pass. We love you, would always do. If this resonates so deep with you, do your part. Share this message. Let it get to so many other persons, the leaders, the stakeholders, and the government. God bless you. Would love you. And do have a nice day. Bye for now.